Hi, I'm offering short videos of simple ways to study the Bible. We can feed our souls with these uncomplicated but still spiritually nourishing lessons. Let's start with the first one. There are 4 questions we can ask of any particular Bible passage we're looking at that will help us understand what God wants us to know and understand. The first question is this: what does this particular passage I'm looking at tell me about people? Number 2, what does this particular passage tell me about problems? Number 3, what does this particular passage I'm looking at tell me about solutions? And finally, what does this particular passage tell me about God? 4 questions: people, problems, solutions, God. Now, the first question has to do with human nature. What are people like? As I read a Bible passage, maybe it'll show me that people are thoughtful, they think deeply, or they are emotional. They feel intense emotions, and sometimes it's good to spell out those emotions. Or people make decisions. We have this capability given by God to make decisions, and a Bible passage can show me that very clearly. Or perhaps this Bible passage I'm looking at tells me about people longing for love, longing for what is right. Spell those out as you observe. Question number 2, what are the problems? Of course, there's tons of those, right? The presence of evil, the temptation to evil, giving in to evil, bad decisions, rebellion. Perhaps this passage shows me that people are spiritually blind, um, broken relationships, loneliness, suffering of pain, suffering of loss. Uh, Maybe there's shame that's there, that people are driven by shame and guilt, uh, rage, anger, bitterness, consequence of bad behavior. All those are problems. Solutions. The Bible shows us that God provides all kinds of solutions. Perhaps the solution is that a new perspective is given in life. We might have the wrong perspective in life and erroneous, being misled, but the Bible, that particular passage may show us that we need a new perspective, a life perspective. Maybe there's forgiveness in Jesus Christ that we find there in that particular passage, or the mercy of God, that God disciplines, that God shows us the way out. Perhaps God delivers us, uses His great power to deliver us from something, healing, what have you. And then finally, God. What does this particular passage tell me about God? Sometimes we need to know that God is absolutely sovereign, that He is in control. A Bible passage may especially bring that out. Or that God is all knowing, nothing escapes Him. And maybe this passage shows me that. Maybe that He understands our pain. The Bible says when we're afflicted, He's afflicted. So those 4 questions can be very nourishing for our soul. Have a great time in the Bible.